Hey. Don't click on the video. Don't click on the video. All right. The quality is trash. All right, get it? But your boy has limited space on his phone. Okay? So, you know how that is. All right? So, if you have Apple, you understand. Anyways, let's just get into it. Holy shit. UFC 290 was one for the books. Okay? That was hands down one of the best pay per view cards or just UFC cards ever. Okay? And, it was a card of up and downs for sure. But at the end of the day, when you look back at it, it really shows what MMA is all about, and it's that anything could happen in MMA, and anything sure did happen, anything and everything. I mean, where do you even start with this card? This card was just loaded with awesome finishes, and if it went to a decision, awesome fights. Except for some exceptions. Okay, now let me get the elephant in the room out of the way. Um, Dude, MMA is not real, bro. How the heck did DDP finish Robert Whitaker in round one? Okay, as disappointed as I am to not only be so wrong. I'm not the only one who's wrong, by the way. Okay, let's be real here. I'm not the only one who bet on Robert Whitaker. Many people did, but to not only see Robert Whitaker get finished like that in the second round, like to be on one hand, I'm so disappointed. But on the other hand, I can't be mad because DDP, won fair and square. All right, he's good. Oh, I cannot believe I'm saying this. I'm just in shock. Like I cannot believe that this is real life. Okay. Um, I'm just flabbergasted. That's really the only way I could describe how I felt about watching Robert Whitaker finish. All right. Look, DDP created hell. All right. He created hell and he thrived in it. All right. He started to gas in that second round. Whitaker was, touching him up. He arguably took that first round in all honesty because he definitely did more damage. Oh yeah, I had a feeling. Okay, I had mentioned in my predictions video that I'm like, oh, is like DDP just a bad fighter that gets really lucky, or is he just so unorthodox he's good? Okay, I started to have a feeling that it was not going to go Robert Whitaker's way when DDP took down Robert Whitaker. Robert Whitaker with his godlike takedown defense was pretty comfortably taken down by DDP. That's kind of when I thought in my head like, okay, this is not a good sign. And a good sign it was not. Man, I mean, as disappointed and as surprised as I am that Robert Whitaker lost in the fashion that he did, I can't be mad because this was one of the biggest non-title upsets in a long time, if not like ever. And so it's a big moment for DDP, and you just can't help but just be like, give him the ups for that, right? He's a good fighter, right? I is he the best worst fighter? Or is he just a fighter that creates opportunities for luck every single fight? If you just keep getting lucky, you just might be good. Um, Holy cow, man! I'm just I don't know what to say. I guess if we're going on the tone of disappointing performances, Tatsuro Taira, man, uh, definitely won that fight 29-27, but that was definitely the most disappointing performance from a win on the entire card for sure. Like you could not tell that Tatsuro Taira was I think he was the second biggest betting favorite on the card. All right, only second to the biggest betting favorite in UFC history to Bo Nickel. Okay, you watch that Tatsuro Taira fight, you can tell. All right, sloppy striking. I always, had critique that yeah, Tatsuro Taira needs to work on his striking so that way he can be more comfortable on the feet. So that when it goes to the ground, or if it doesn't go to the ground, he can be comfortable, right? But that was some very sloppy striking. He was getting tagged a lot. He got his leg kick chewed up. When he did shoot for takedowns, he got caught in a guillotine twice. And not to mention that guillotine at the end of the third round where he almost submitted Tatsuro Taira super deep. Very disappointing performance of Tatsuro Taira. Like I said, you would not know that he was, one of the second biggest betting favorite on the card. A huge, huge betting favorite. You would not know. But hey, man, he's got time to build. He's 23, so he's my age. He definitely can still build and become better. Hopefully, that this fight will be a wake up call to improve. I mean, moving on to the fight after that, Robbie Lawler, man, Robbie freaking Lawler. Um, Shout out to Robbie Lawler. Thank you for all the years that of entertaining fights you've given us since 2022, not 2022, 2002, 2003. He's been fighting the UFC. So yeah, 2004 feels a little bit too recent. Yeah, I think since at least 2003. So thank you, Robbie Lawler. I mean, yeah, to go out like that, okay, to retire with a KO, to retire with a whole montage, right, of everything that you've accomplished, okay? How often do you get that? All right? You know, he got to go out on a great note. Deserved performance of the night, okay? Um, let's see. I mean, we look at the performance of the nights. Uh, Denise Gomez, Denise Gomes, and DDP. Okay, DDP definitely deserved it because he had one of the biggest moments of the night. Uh, but Gomez, nothing against Gomez. I think she definitely deserved a bonus, but she wasn't even the quickest finish on the card. Jesus Aguilar had the quickest finish on the card. But yeah, gotta give Robbie Lawler the bonus, man. Come on, dude. First round, 38 seconds knockout. Okay, how often can you say for a veteran fighter in the retirement fight to say that they could go out on a knockout like that? Okay, not many. All right, Frankie Edgar got knocked out like 3 or 4 times in a row before retiring. You know, Robbie Lawler was finished last year against Bam Bam, right? That was his most recent fight. But to get a knockout like that, big ups, man. Glad he got to retire like that. Glad he got to retire with the whole montage celebrating all of his accomplishments and happy retirement. All right, wow. Past 5 minutes. I'm barely like hardly in the main card. Okay, Dan Hooker versus Jalen Turner. All right, now let's forget that I was wrong about DDP and that I bet on Tetsuo Taira and even though he won he had a disappointing performance. Let's forget about that for a second. Let's talk about where I was right. All right, let's talk about where I was cooking. Okay, I bet on Dan Hooker. Okay, he was the underdog going to the fight, but underdog more like Dan Hooker's got that dog in him, dude. All right, to be so behind Dan Hooker, to watch him get pieced up in that first round and then to watch in the second round that pressure kick in. All right, Dan Hooker with the pressure. All right, Jalen Turner's folding. All right, Jalen Turner he's using his reach, his long ass reach, to kind of piece up Dan Hooker and to watch him slowly crumble under the pressure, to watch them get into exchanges, and to continue seeing Dan Hooker slowly getting the better and better and better of the exchanges, and finally take control of the fight. That was an amazing catharsis. I was yelling at the top of my lungs. All right, Dan Hooker versus Jalen Turner, in my opinion, deserved fight of the night, and it is my current fight of the year. All right. I'm sure that third round was a little bit slow. Um, but like I said, to be a Dan Hooker fan and to bet on the underdog and to watch him slowly take control of the fight was just so cathartic. The exchanges were awesome. Dude, how did Dan Hooker stay standing after taking a head kick? Dude, taking that clean head kick from Jalen Turner after already taking a lot of punishment and then coming back to win that round, I think. Arguably win that round. It was a close fight. All right, that fight I think could have gone either way depending on how you score that second round. You know what I mean? But dude, Dan Hooker's got that dog in him. All right. Dude, the exchanges were wonderful. There's numerous exchanges to watch Jalen Turner crumble. Like nothing against Jalen Turner, okay, but just to watch him fold and just going to fall into the pressure. Dan Hooker with his chin and his toughness, powering forward. Man, watching him get that split decision was awesome. Okay, that is my fight of the year so far. But I'm a little disappointed that Dan Hooker and Jalen Turner didn't get fight of the night, but that's not to say that Alexander Pantoja versus Brandon Moreno wasn't already an instant classic flyweight fight. Amazing fight, consistently competitive, also numerous exchanges on the feet. These dudes are tough as hell. Okay, I'm surprised none of them fell down at any points. They definitely got tired. So much toughness, so much heart. It was competitive on the ground. There was scrambles. There was takedowns. There was reversals. It was an amazing fight. I scored it 49-46 Pantoja. Um, I think it was definitely a close 49-46. You could argue at 48-47 Pantoja, and it would still be a close fight. But what I will say is that Brandon Moreno 49-46, bad scorecard. Bad scorecard. I'm glad that they gave it to the right man. But all in all, classic fight. Definitely gonna be rewatching both the Dan Hooker fight as well as Alexander Pantoja fight. Congrats to Alexander Pantoja and New. And last but not least, Alexander Volkanovski. He was already low key my number one pound for pound fighter after he 50-45 Max Holloway. He may have lost to Makachev, but he gave him a close fight. And then just to have the performance they had tonight, I'm gonna say it. He's my personal greatest featherweight of all time. Okay, dominated Jose Aldo, beat Max Holloway 3 times. Who, reminder, beat Jose Aldo twice. Okay, defended against Korean Zombie, defended it against Brian Ortega as well. and then a pretty comfortable win against Yair Rodriguez. Yair Rodriguez is still dangerous, but hey, it's mixed martial arts. Alexander was like, "Hey, dude, you're a risk on the feet. I'm gonna go take it to the ground." All right, dominated Yair on the ground. I said, hey, Yair's dangerous off his back, but if Holloway can neutralize Yair, then Volk could absolutely neutralize him, and he did. He outclassed Yair on the ground. He stopped his offense. Third round, Yair started to pull ahead on the striking. He was attacking that leg, um, head hunting a little bit, mixing it up. He was doing a good amount of damage, but Volk, all right? Volk is just such a well-rounded fighter, picked his shots, hit Yair on the chin, and then followed up with one of my favorite finishes of all time, okay? To stun Yair like that, have Yair up against the cage. He's covering him like this, shots hooks to the head, hooks to the head, hooks to the body, a knee at the beginning to the head, and then a beautiful ass takedown, lifts Yair Rodriguez off both of feet, slams him, pounds him for the TKO. Okay, that is hands down one of my favorite performances, and just a great way to end a perfect pay-per-view card. Okay. Yes, like I said, has its ups and downs, but that's what MMA is all about. Okay. Alexander Volkanovski is my personal greatest featherweight of all time. All right. Um, the dude is just so well rounded. And once again, even when Yair just had a bit of momentum where it looked like he could have pulled ahead in a round, dude, Folk man, one of one of the greatest of all time. Is he top 10 of all time? Oh man, oh man, but wow, what a night, man! Alexander Volkanovski with an awesome finish, Pantoja Moreno with the flyweight classic, DDP with an admittedly amazing moment for him, Dan Hooker with just an awesome upset. The fight could have gone to John Turner too, in all honesty, but just an awesome cathartic upset. Robbie Lawler gets to retire in peace, and yeah, just overall a 10 out of 10 fight card. Um, yeah, definitely gonna be riding this high for a while. So yeah, what'd you think about the fight? What'd you think about the card? Were you correct? Were you wrong about what went down tonight? Yeah, greatest sport in the world. Catch y'all later.